Hey, this is Ainsoph, and I made a wireless remote control using just Redstone. You can see the remote here. It features 15 channels, as well as on and off buttons, and 2 teleport buttons. You can see that the remote itself is just a facade. It's just there so you know where to look for the buttons. The actual brains are in this device here, which I call the Mirror Nexus. And this is the omni-channel version. I have 2 other models. The name Mirror Nexus is a tribute to Squibble, who pioneered the technology used at the core of this device, and also invented the mirror receiver and also the Mirror Pylon. So let's see this in action. First you stand roughly in the center of a block. It actually doesn't have to be that exact. And then you look straight up to start an active session. It's an active session because it'll time out if you're not looking at a button, but while you're looking at buttons, it'll keep that session going as long as you want. So right now I've selected 2. We could change our channel selection. Here's 4. We can turn channels on. And so think about how you might be turning on a device, whether it's a playerless farm or a mob switch, anywhere in your world. And of course, you can also turn channels off as well. And when you're done, remember it's an active session, you could let it time out by not looking at a button, or you can log out right away by looking straight down. Let me show you the teleportation. So I'm going to start a new session. And this particular device is mapped to channel 1. So I've selected channel 1 and the top teleport button right here. This Ender Pearl Stasis chamber is heavily inspired by Dark's design, but this is my own adaptation. It's 100% reliable, and it also allows you to store multiple pearls. So you stand on this string here, and you can load as many pearls as you want. You step off the string and it aligns them. You can see how many pearls are loaded here, and if you run out, this lamp will come on. This lectern is used to configure the channel used for teleportation. You can see it's on channel 1, and this toggles between the top and bottom button. So we have it on the top button here. You can even have it configured so you have like a 0 override. That is, if you select any channel, then it won't work. You can only teleport if you haven't selected a channel, so you can activate that if you want. Now, if you want to try this out, you're going to need to load your own arrow. You might want to turn this off, though you don't strictly have to. You then come down here, and you'll enter the chamber. Grab the arrow. And then you can either turn the machine on and then load the arrow, or load the arrow first. I'll show you turning it on first. Either way, it works. And what you want to do is stand in this string and fire your arrow through the stairs onto this tough slab. And you can see the arrow gets aligned automatically. And when you step out of the string, it drops down and it's now perfectly aligned. This blast chamber is my own design as well, and it perfectly protects the arrow in this glass tube so that it's never buffeted by any of the explosions. This wind charge generator, also my own design, though I borrowed some of the alignments from Squibble's Mirror Pylon, but the majority of this was my own. Yeah, So that's the omni-channel Mirror Nexus. One final note here, I mentioned you could use this anywhere in your world, and I meant it. You don't actually have to build this remote control facade to use it, you just have to point in the right spot. So if you're willing to use a client-side mod like Litematica to create a schematic, you can then use that schematic and operate the remote control just using that ghost image. So you can see here, I'm going to select channel 14, and there it is. And you can see, yeah, this is just a Litematica schematic right here. So you can bring that with you anywhere you go. All right, thanks all.